Hey everybody, this is Scott Cole with Cole Financial Planning and Wealth Management. I've been thinking a lot of the last couple of days about what we've witnessed in our country, trying to think about what I should say. I think there was a prevailing sentiment, right, that if we could just get to 2021, put 2020 in the rear view mirror, that things would start to look better. Now, so much for that sentiment. While I never really found the words to say, really never really understood what I should write about, I did happen across a new thing to me. Anyhow, it's not new, but it's a Japanese art form called Kensuchi. Have you ever heard of that? I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing it right, but basically in Kensuchi, what happens is the broken pieces of pottery are gathered by an artist, and then the artist uses this gold lacquer type resin to piece things back into maybe a new way, a new thing. And what happens is that it's a work of art. The new thing that came from the broken pieces is actually more beautiful than the original creation. So I've been thinking about that, and I've been thinking about what we've been through and what we just witnessed. At the core of the philosophy of this Kensuchi is that the scars and the imperfections should not be hidden or glossed over. They should be embraced and highlighted to create something more beautiful than before. I think there's a lot to learn from that, especially now, after everything that we've gone through this year, after everything that we've gone through this week. I don't know your circumstances as you watch this video. It's possible that you feel like your life's in pieces. Maybe you're struggling just to get by, and even having the luxury to take time out and pause seems foreign to you. Or it's very possible that this has been a great time for you and that you've really shown and had an opportunity to excel. And I hope that that continues. I'm really happy. Regardless of where you're at in your circumstances, I'd like to take a few minutes and just kind of reflect on the experiences that we've had this year, because hard times teach us a lot about ourselves, and they can teach us a lot about our country. So I want to give you 5 questions that aren't original to me. I found them, but I found them to be helpful. First, what fell apart for you? In the last 9-10 months, what just didn't work? Write it down. List it. For some of us, it may be tempting, well, everything fell apart, but that's not the intention we're going for. What we want to do is really think about the plans that were canceled, the opportunities that were lost, the relationships that were changed, the loved ones perhaps that have passed. Secondly, how did you adapt to the things outside your control? We talk a lot about that here inside Cole Financial Planning with the clients. You know, there are things that we can control and there's things that we can't. You've got to focus on the things that you can. How did you adapt to those things that were outside your control? Maybe you learned Zoom or online meetings. That's how we're meeting with clients now and have been for months and months. And it's how we're going to have to continue to do it for a while. We love seeing clients in person, but we're thankful that we have the opportunity to meet with them. Maybe you had to attend a wedding on Zoom. I know people that couldn't go and be at a wedding that they wanted to attend. Maybe there was a funeral that you couldn't go to, or someone in the hospital that you couldn't visit, or a loved one in a nursing home that you had to stand outside of the window and wave because you couldn't get to them. Maybe you had to stay at home with kids, and that caused a problem with the work, or maybe you had elderly parents that needed it. Maybe you re-examined your spending or decluttered your house. Maybe you just broke down. All of the answers are okay. How did you adapt to the things outside your control? What did you learn that surprised you? Did you discover a new passion? Maybe you found out you like to cook and you didn't know it because you had to cook now. Maybe you found out new things about your friends or your family. I'm sure most of us did in some form or way. Found out things we didn't know. Maybe we didn't want to know. Maybe we're glad we found out. Maybe you discovered that you liked being in the office, or maybe you were reaffirmed that commute that you hated so much really was as bad as you thought it was. It doesn't matter whether it's good or bad, whatever it is, just put it on the list. And then ask yourself, how have I grown from these experiences? Maybe you've questioned some long-held beliefs. I've certainly re-examined a lot of things that I've thought. Maybe you shifted your priorities. That's okay. Perhaps you found strength that you didn't know you had. Reflect on those things. How have you become more resilient as a result of what we've been through? Finally, and this is not going to surprise you if you read or follow anything that we write or put out here at Cole Financial Planning, what are you thankful for? Gratitude and thankfulness are so important, especially during tough times. Research consistently shows that the people who actively and intentionally notice and express thanksgiving and gratefulness, they're happier. It's research. So give it a shot. No matter how big or small, list the things that you're grateful for. I'll start. I'm thankful for my wife and my kids because we spent a lot of time together. And honestly, while I can be a homebody, having them in the house has been great. And I couldn't have gotten along without them. I'm grateful for my parents' health. They've had struggles, and to be able to get through some of those, I'm grateful that they are still with me. I'm grateful for my clients. Man, I'm so grateful for my clients. They've stuck with me and helped me get through this. I've stuck with them and helped them get through this. It's been a great collaboration. I have the best client base in the world, and I'm thankful for them. Thankful for my friends who have texted and called and tweeted and emailed and did those things to check in. A lot of times when I even didn't reciprocate. So I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm thankful for you, because most people only get about 30 seconds in, according to research, into a video before they turn it off. And you've watched this far, and I want to thank you for it. When a cup shatters on the floor, you can't take all the pieces and put it back together exactly like it was. But what you can do is accept and embrace the history of that cup, and you can begin to recreate and make something better and stronger with the broken pieces. And that's what we have to do with ourselves. I hope that's what we can do with our country. If you're feeling more like a shattered cup or the shining gold this year, consider the ways that you've grown through all of this. How can you use all of those experiences to make you stronger? If there's anything that we can do to help you make sense of your current situation, we'll try. We'll certainly listen. Or if we can make a new plan for you to move forward, which is in our wheelhouse, let us know. There's a form below that you can fill out. Fill that form out. I will respond personally. Hang in there, okay? Don't hesitate to call us when you need us. Thank you for watching.